Pass sevens and KvKs across the rock community have been opening up, and we've been watching battles this weekend, and we're finally getting some real results from the Hayam Garrison. If these are past battles, we assume he's going to do well in these. Well, this is the video because now we got the receipts. Now we got what we've seen out of this guy. And man, I don't know how impressed we're going to be with him. So stick around while we go through it all right now. Hey everybody, this is your boy War Daddy Chadsky. I do videos for Rise of Kingdoms all the time, and if you enjoy these videos, please throw a thumbs up on it. Give it a like, and if you have not subscribed, consider doing so. You can hit that subscribe button, be part of the legion of people who are tuned into the channel, and you can hit that bell if you want any kind of alerts. Well, what you're looking at right now is some video that I took from the stream I had earlier when it had two double rallies going, okay? Had a double rally going on this pass, but I wanted to see kind of what the tank rally's doing, how things are working, and with Hayam and the Garrison now, we are getting the true test because this is happening in multiple KvKs. We're getting past Garrisons, we're getting fort Garrisons, we're getting all the things we want to see with the Hayam Garrison. And so with that, we assume he's going to do really, really well against rallies, okay? 1v1 rally, Hayam and Hector, like off the charts good, okay? And what people had to do, especially with double rallies, is they had to run some Hera, they had to run some CY, they had to run other ways to do damage on the DPS rallies. So with that, let's talk about Hayam just for a second, okay? And we're still watching some of these KvKs over here, but let me come back to my city here and let me go into the commanders that we have here, because I've got Hayam and I think I've got him at level 60, I believe. Yep. And so with him, we all know what his skills do. Now I'm waiting to hold off to max this guy because I wanted to see some results and see what he did. Okay, but Hayam as a commander has like no kickback damage. And if you're not trying to silence him, okay, you're in a situation to where he's not going to do any counterattack if he's not trying to be controlled or silenced, right? The only commander that's going to do the silencing in a rally sense is Scipio Emilianus, all right? This is the guy that does the silencing. And when he does the silencing, all right, he is in a situation to where he is going to trigger that counterattack damage that our boy Hayam does. And so all the other rally commanders don't. Well, there's obviously a serious counter to the infantry rallies. You can see by the smite damage reduction. You can see by the fact that you can't silence him. And so what about the other rallies? Like Attila Subutai, like the archer rallies? What's going on here? And I think for the most part, we saw him and we saw the results from ARCs and we saw the results from other people doing tests and doing different things like that. And we thought to ourselves, gosh, this guy's got a chance to be really, really good. And overall, he really kind of does. Okay. But streaming and watching the real KvK results and watching this stuff here and watching 1v1 rallies, I've got all kinds of stuff in here to show you guys when it comes to this Garrison. And I guess the issue that I have is that when Tokugawa came into the game with Gorgo, like he was really good. He was like winning trades like almost 2-1. All right. It was the same thing when Hector came into the game and we were running any kind of mono troop type with Hector. We saw that with Gorgo and it was just crushing people. The Gorgo Hector, same thing. And so we're kind of used to seeing the Garrisons come out and doing this. We've seen it with David. You know, David came into the game and he's just crushing, guys. He is crushing especially the archer rally. Okay, and then Scipio Emilianus kind of countered him. But when a commander first comes into the Garrison, you want to see them kind of beating everybody handedly. And that's just, we're not really seeing that from Hayam. Now, number one, we have to give some credit to people because I've been watching these KvKs and I was streaming KvK spectating earlier, and nobody is rallying Hayam with infantry. Like, you just don't do that. And everybody's smart enough to know that we'll just run the Shapur and the Attila rallies, and we'll even run the Subutai rallies. They're running Subutai with Achilles just to put max damage on the DPS rally in a double rally situation. So let me go through these reports here and kind of show you guys. First of all, I want to go through some of the stuff from Spartacus, okay? This is my guy Spartacus, and he ran an Attila Subutai that this was a tank rally. This was the rally that was tanking. In fact, the DPS rally got swarmed down, but this is the rally he was tanking, and it was trading exceptional. Now, we all know that Attila doesn't actually test well in the arc that we do, even though we try to mimic KvK. And we all know he doesn't test well in the simulator, but in real KvKs, he does pretty good for whatever reason. That I like to call it the ninja buff he's got against archers does really good. Now in this one, this did, again, really well. This is the tank rally. Keep that in mind, because I'm going to show you the DPS rallies here in a few. And it's just like off the charts. Okay, and so let me see another one here. This is with Subutai Achilles. Okay, and this was a tank rally. And they were using Gorgo behind Hayam, which didn't make any sense. So we really can't count that one. All right, but let me show you a couple of things here. Because on these profiles, let me see. That was a Spartacus one against the Hayam. We saw that, okay? But I also need to show you what some of these others look like. This is what the DPS rally was doing to the Hector Garrison. Now, the Hector Garrison was latched on to this rally, okay? Now, we know that Hayam and Hector is probably the best 1v1 situation against any rally. And so 1v1, it's trading about even. Actually, it's winning a little bit, which is good. But then here's what this double rally does. Now, I understand that there is no Garrison that can handle a double rally well, but there's definitely Garrisons that can handle it better than this. Holy jeez. That's like insanity. So the Attila Subutai was cooking for MP, Mad Phantom, my old buddy, while Spartacus's rally was tanking and actually doing okay against the Garrison. And then you saw other ones here, like we saw with Hayam and Hera getting just destroyed. Now, again, this is Mad Phantom's DPS rally when it came to the tank rally that was running against that Hera. I believe it was this one. Is that right? Is that right? Yeah. So this was the tank rally there. So you have the tank rally here, and then you have the DPS rally here. Like, that's not very good. Like, you're getting cooked. And so from that standpoint, I just guess, I mean, guys, we expected a little bit more out of this. All right. Now, I've got some other rallies from our boy. Where's R7 Addy? He sent me a whole bunch of stuff, or R3 Addy. He was in a lower seed KvK, and you don't see a whole bunch of reigns here. But okay, he ran it against the Gorgo, and then here I think he ran the Shapur against the Gorgo again, and then here I think this is when he ran him against the Hayam. There's somewhere. Here it is. Okay, now he's starting to run this Attila Subutai against the Hayam with Hector, and it wins. Okay, and R3 Addy's got good stuff, but so does the Garrison. Like, Nan Zero has plenty of good stuff. And then you run it again, and I think this finally cooked it. They didn't get any reinforcements, but just not overwhelmingly great. Like, I don't know what else to say on this thing when you've got these kind of reports coming out. Okay, and so from there, when you look down here at Spartacus on a couple of these other rallies, like I said, the Hera and the Hera behind Hayam is good, but when you're in a pass, you got to be able to do some things. Now, a 1v1, I think it's doing okay, but I'm not seeing 2-to-1 trades. Okay, even over here, this rally, let me see here. It was sent to me by my guy. This is against 1903. Okay, and in 1903, this is a big rally, and it's a double rally. Okay, now the tank rally, which is the Shapur, is actually beating the Hayam Hera. All right, now they're not running the Hector to really do much better against this. They're running the Hera because it's being double rallied. And if you come down here, look what the DPS rally does to it. Just crushes it, like 2.5 to 1. All right, and when you look up at the total deads and everything, and the total KP, it's over 1 billion KP. So long running rallies on the doubles. And then I guess it's sustaining as much as you can. You're trading at like 72%. That's not ideal. I mean, I guess I expected a little bit more out of Hayam. If it could take rally, even if you're being doubled. The one thing we knew about Gorgo Toku was that if you're going to double rally it, the rally that's the tank rally is probably going to get beat pretty good. And we see that with Gorgo Hector. You go rally that thing and you double it, you're gonna be able to do a lot of damage from the DPS rally, but the tank rally is gonna get cooked, especially with Toku. And the same thing with a David Hector with the Cavs. If David Hector went against this right now it might get cooked by the DPS rally, but every Garrison's going to get cooked by the DPS rally. But on a 1v1, if you're looking at like a David Hector, it would chew this thing up and spit it out. Like it would trade like 180%. And so I'm just a little bit surprised we don't have really any good Garrison pairs to put our boy Hayam with. There's just not that much for archers. Okay, you got Dido. I don't know. CY. We saw some CYs that did okay. They didn't do amazing. Okay, but overall, we're just not very, I don't know. I don't know if this guy's cooked or what, because these are passes. These are the place that he's supposed to excel. You can't swarm him. And if you can't swarm him in a pass, you don't have to worry about it if you're garrisoning with Hayam, because the swarms are going to kill you. They're just going to wreck you. But I guess we expected a little bit more. You know, do you put this guy with other commanders? I mean, even with Hector, it does okay against the rally, but it doesn't do like insanely good. So that's kind of the video that we wanted to put out today, and just kind of, I want to see what everybody's opinions are. Like, did you guys see these reports? I've got them all in my Discord. You can join my Discord link down in the descriptions. I got a report channel, and it's the same type of reports that we're seeing here. I'm just not seeing big 2-to-1 for the Garrison, just crushing rallies. I'm just not seeing any of that. I'm seeing it barely trade positive, if that. Otherwise, it's trading even, or it's losing a little bit. And then if it gets double rallied, it's just GG, game over. Holy jeez. So, like I said, I think we need more sample of this, but wanted to put this out because this is our first test that we actually got this guy. And with that, get down in the comments. Love you guys. Appreciate you guys. Hope you guys are having a great day, and we will talk to you later, broskies.